Welcome to Nintendo Dads episode 568, recorded on February 26th, 2026. On this week's episode, we talk about those Nintendo Switch 2 editions. Are they worth it? Nintendo Treehouse. Do they help? And Pokemon Presents. Happy Pokemon Day! Jesse, you know what to do.
What is up, everybody? It's Marty here with Nintendo Dads, and joining me on the show this week is Tim and Jesse Waldack. Well, Tim off and Jesse Waldack. Justin is still on his whirlwind tour of Japan with his family. We'll be back on the show next week. Guys, how you doing?
I like Jesse's answer. Jesse, say how your week was.
It felt both long and short at the same time. Like work has been exhausting.
Defied physics.
But at the same time, physics. I woke up this morning and went, damn, it's podcast day already?
Yeah, can time move both slowly and quickly at the same time?
Apparently, yes.
Yes.
It almost feels like that would be a topic for like one of those old Star Trek episodes, or maybe a Doctor Who episode.
Yeah, that's the whole timey-wimey thing. Yeah.
And I hinted last week that I was going to get a new headset, and I picked up like a 30 pair, relatively cheap headset from Amazon, and it picked up some bass that my old headsets didn't pick up. So after hearing, that intro song without the bass as deep as, and now I'm like, ooh, that's new.
There you go.
How many years have we been using this song? And I'm like, ooh, I forgot the song had bass.
10 years working on 11. Well, yeah, it's
look
Tim,
at Justin.
how about you?
Justin's in the chat. Hey, Justin.
Oh, hey, Justin.
We were just talking about you.
Probably like noon over there, right? What's it like in the future?
It is exactly noon in Japan. It's 12:04 p.m.
He's probably there at Nintendo headquarters watching Nintendo Dads with the C-level people there.
I said he's probably playing Pokemon, and if you know Justin, no, he's not. He's not playing Pokemon. He's laughing.
Well, it is Pokemon Day for them.
He probably doesn't care.
Sure he does. Unless
it involves some kind of like Pokemon snacks or something that he can post about, he probably doesn't care. I'm just, and that's not shade. I'm just saying, out of all four of us, Justin,
I don't know. If you're in Japan, I think you end up caring. Like it's like it's everywhere.
You have to, or
you
they
just have to. It's just there. Yeah. You just can't help it.
Yeah, you have to care about Pokemon.
Yeah. He says live from a Uniqlo bathroom, and then he says care-ish.
Care-ish. Yeah. Okay. I got it. Well, hey, we've got quite a bit to talk about on the show tonight with some news and some things that we need to share, and games and all kinds of other stuff. And so why don't we just go ahead and dive into the news, shall we? Thank you for the diving motions. I appreciate that. Our news is brought to us each and every week by you guys over at patreon.com/Nintendo Dads, where for as little as $1 a month, you get to join up with one of the greatest communities on the internet. No, it's not one of, it is the greatest community on the internet, as proven by responses to last week's episode. And so we just know that we love you guys. We appreciate you. We thank you for supporting the show. And you can head over to that website that I've already mentioned a couple times, patreon.com/Nintendo Dads, where you can join up and be a friend of the show for as little as $1 a month. That gets you in the door to the Discord. $5 gets you the full offering of channels on Discord. $10 gets you pre and post show audio where we talk about whatever and whenever. And then $30 gets you on the show as a Patreon producer. And so we are appreciative of each and every one of you, including Twitch subscribers, YouTube subscribers. If you interact with the show on any form or basis, whether it's video or audio, we would not be here if it weren't for you. And so thank you for enabling all of the shenanigans. And as a thanks to you, we do two things. Number one, if you sub to us for a year over on Patreon, you get a month free at any tier. So you save some money that way, whether it's $1 or a lot of or $30, right? A lot of dollars is what I was going to say. But also, you in the Discord will find your own ad-free feed of the show. So there are absolutely no ads other than this one on that. And so we appreciate you guys. So we want to make that ad-free because you are helping us create content. And so thanks so much for that. So again, patreon.com/Nintendo Dads. That's where you can find us. And hey, sometimes we forget to mention this. Even if you're not a subscriber on Patreon or a friend of the show, as we like to call you, each and every week, our weekly update is free for anyone who goes to our Patreon. And that includes news topics that we could potentially talk about on the show, an update of who's going to be on the show that week, including, alerts about special guests and different things like that. All of our YouTube videos posted for that week, upcoming games provided by GameInformer.com, and links to podcasts that we enjoy or are affiliated with our family of podcasts. And so you can check all of that out there. Again, one more time, patreon.com/Nintendo Dads. All right, guys, let's dive into the news. Like I said, let's talk Nintendo Switch 2 editions because this week we've gotten two of those, and both have it's been a very mixed bag as to what people think about these. Actually, I won't say mixed bag. It's mostly been negative. And so, mostly I think we kind of assume that the internet at this point is mostly a toxic soup of negativity most of the time, but it seems like maybe I'm on a negative category for one of these, but then the other one seems like it's probably justified as well. Nintendo last week shadow dropped the newest Xenoblade Chronicles Nintendo Switch 2 edition. Now, again, this one did not offer anything like plus whatever, like the upcoming Super Mario Wonder Nintendo Switch 2 edition plus Bella Park does. But it was a $5 upgrade for upgraded visuals, and it was just upgraded visuals, right? Basically 4K, 60 frames per second.
60 frames per second.
Yeah, like these as well. So last week I mentioned that I got a code. Turns out the code I got was for the upgrade only, not the whole game.
Well, you may want to hold on to that because many people have expressed their disappointment with this. YouTube videos, tons of YouTube videos being published, lots of tweets/posts on X, including a very high-profile video from Digital Foundry, who state that it is the worst Nintendo Switch 2 upgrade yet. And basically what it comes down to is they cite that there is a very unusual upscaling technique that Nintendo uses in Xenoblade Chronicles X, and that it just did not transfer over well to the 60 frames per second 4K visuals.
Having never played the Wii U version or the Switch 1 version, I probably wouldn't have noticed had I played it.
And apparently when I looked at it, I went from the Switch 1 version, but I hadn't played it since that time, and then played it Switch 2. It looked absolutely fabulous to me. So it was just like,
yeah,
what is everybody seeing? What am I missing?
Well,
Maybe it's deeper in the game.
It might
a lot
be
of the
later,
complaints,
but yeah.
So a lot of the complaints center around very muddy, quote unquote, muddy visuals in areas. And this is serious enough to the point, and the reason I mentioned this, or we wanted to talk about it, is that Nintendo has offered refunds for this. Several people
they don't do that often.
Getting refunds for this. So it sounds like it's either something that is either, I would say, A, is slated not to be fixed, or B, oops, we didn't know this was going to be an issue, and we'll offer you a refund. Of course, on the other hand, this is a big enough issue that they probably are working on some kind of fix for it, but there's been radio silence, which we've come to expect from Nintendo, correct?
Right. Well, so kind of going back to that, I had to buy the base game. I did. So if anyone else is still curious about the game, hasn't bought it yet, when I bought it last week, Amazon had you can buy a digital code for $40, the Switch 1 version. So you can buy that, and then if you still want to do the $5 upgrade to Switch 2, you get the whole package for $45, or just stick with the Switch 1 version for $40. Yeah, I think I've heard other retailers have also discounted the game, whether it's physical or digital, I don't know, but at least that's where I found it. So
Yeah.
At a discounted price.
So poking around to see if I can find some more stuff about this. I've seen several folks compare this to the disappointment of Animal Crossing New Horizons Nintendo Switch 2 edition, to which I thought, I haven't heard that anyone was disappointed with Animal Crossing the Switch 2 edition. As someone who had not played Animal Crossing in a while, I restarted my island. The people who've been listening to the show know that. I'll be honest when I tell you that I can't notice much of a difference. Maybe it's being in my mid 40s and mid 40-year-old eyes. I don't see the big deal. I don't see the difference. And I've never played Xenoblade Chronicles X, either the Wii U or the definitive edition, so I can't say there either. But I already know that the game was really, it looked really good before, so you would expect this to be a bump, but
Yeah.
people are out there on it.
That's how I
And,
reacted when I did the first look on them, because I did the first look when it came to the Switch, and then, like I said, I didn't play it since that first look, and then when I booted it up in the Switch 2 edition, it looked even more fantastic. So it was like, but again, I was early in the game, so I don't know if it gets worse as the game goes on. And John is in the chat saying that he saw all the artifacting going on, and I didn't even see that. Like, I was looking
Tim,
off in the distance.
Yeah.
And was like, this is fantastic. And there's a mode where you can go and like turn on binoculars or something, or like a drone to look at everything around you. And that was fantastic. It was like, this is awesome. And that was it. And then I went and fought some beasts and all that kind of stuff, and they were fine.
Can I ask this, like when you do those, like what you were playing on there, are you playing that on a 4K display?
I am not.
Oh yeah, I mean, so I don't have that either. I mean,
that could be part of it, because if
it's a 1080,
if you're rendering 1080, it doesn't need to upscale as high. So
true.
It may only be visible for people going to 4K. Again, I haven't launched it yet, and I haven't played it.
Yeah.
When I do, it will be 4K, whether it's here or in my living room. I get the 4K render either way.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So the other Nintendo Switch 2 edition that launched this week was Balatro.
This one scratches my head.
Yeah, this is a very weird story. So out of the blue, we get an update of, hey, Balatro has the Nintendo Switch 2 edition. And I would say that is a misnomer.
Yeah, well, first of all, I would say this is one of the few games that has no reason to have a Switch 2 version.
Okay.
Its art style...
Remember that, because I'm coming back to this.
Yeah, the way the art style is, and you're not going to see a 4K. You're not going to see any difference in 4K. And the gameplay style, 30 and 60 frames, doesn't matter.
Right.
So
why do you need a 60 frames per second card game? You don't.
Why do we need this?
So I have a theory. Okay, I have a theory, and we'll come back to that toward the end. But when I initially saw the announcement of this, it was on the Nintendo voice chat group on Facebook, and I'm like, "Oh, Balatro, Nintendo Switch 2 upgrade. It's free if you have Balatro." So I didn't read any comments or anything. I was excited. I picked up my Switch. I was like, man, I'm going to update it. Well, then it didn't update. I was like, what? So I go to the eShop. I was like, well, maybe I have to trigger it through the free download button. But then when you get to the eShop, it's not just a free download that's an upgrade to your existing Balatro game. It's an entirely new version of Balatro that has been made for Nintendo Switch 2.
You can just tap on the download for free because you bought the original.
Yes, it's free for digital purchasers. If you own physical Balatro, you don't get it at all. You have to buy it again.
Correct.
Okay?
Yeah.
So the first,
which makes sense because there was no way to know that you own the physical version.
So the first thing I do is boot the game up and go to see, hey, let me find my profile. Let me get my all my decks and things that I'm unlocked. Nope. It completely starts you
Yeah.
over. And
Yeah.
so I was like, well, that's weird. Did I not do something right? So I go through all the menus, I go through everything. No. Then I go online again and I go to Balatro's X account and find them touting this as a new feature. The bananas are fresh. And so, for those of you who are listening out there and don't know what we're talking about, here's what has happened. There's a Nintendo Switch 2 edition of Balatro that is an entirely new game for your Switch 2. If you download it, you will have both versions of Balatro on your on your Switch 2.
It's not a Switch 1 version with an upgrade like
Right.
everything else has been.
The Switch 1 icon will be there to remind you that the Switch 2 edition icon is horrible and ugly, and I don't know, the proportions on it are all off. There is no save data transfer. So it's treated as an entirely separate application, which means not only new save data, but new hours in your playtime. So you have to start over unlocking things from scratch. And so the good news, if there's any to be had, is that it is free if you own the digital version of Balatro 1. They have also added mouse mode so that you can play it with the Joy-Con in mouse mode. And it now has, it uses HD Rumble 2 for additional haptic feedback.
You didn't mention the visual improvements.
Well, there's visual improvement. We've talked about there's a 60 frame per second and also an enhanced resolution for your, monitor visuals.
You get that CRT visuals upresed.
I just have to ask, number one, who wanted this? And number two, why did they do it this way?
And why did they choose this monkey paw?
Yes.
Well, it looks
Did
like
they
it
not
wasn't.
know?
It looks like they used a different developer to convert it. I don't think it's the same developers who brought it to
Let's
the
go
Switch.
check that. Let's go look right now. So the developer for the Switch 2 version is known as PlayStack. And PlayStack is the developer listed for the original Balatro. Now, and I understand that if I'm remembering right, the PlayStack is just one guy, right?
That's my understanding. Yeah, and while he still could have subcontracted it, he would still be listed as the developer publisher.
So, I think where I really am feeding into the negativity with this is that this is not an upgrade. This is not an upgrade. This is a completely separate version of the game that was entirely unnecessary. And my theory on this is thus. This was done to get it back on the hot download charts to generate additional revenue.
Yeah, I could see that.
It was developed by a different publisher, or excuse me, a different developer. Local Funk is the name of the developer.
Another thing could be is just to have practice with the Switch 2 dev kit for whatever new things coming down the pipe.
Okay.
Maybe. I'm thinking back to when I did my first calculator app when I did iOS programming. I did some stupid apps just to go have practice of going through the process in case they ever did anything bigger, and it never did.
So
nice.
I'm just going to delete it because I put all these hours into the original, and there's nothing really I'm not going to use mouse mode with it. I'm not again, the visuals don't I can't tell the difference between shuffling cards at 30 and 60 frames per second. So I'm just going to keep my original one with all the stuff unlocked.
I think that's fair.
The first hint that I had that something was wrong was actually not searching for my save data. It was actually that I went straight into the game and so I was going to just play with the red deck, and it came up with a tutorial, and I was like, wait, why am I getting the tutorial? I've played hundreds of games in Balatro. Why am I getting this tutorial? Does this like am I just off base here, or does this bother you guys?
No, it bothers me that at least we weren't given the choice. Like,
yeah,
I remember having games where it was like, okay, here's either it was ported or something, but it found like, hey, do you want to carry over your save data? Or even like demos. Let's say demos. Like you can I give you the option of, do you want to carry over your save from your demo? And you say yes or no. And if you don't, then you start over. So
Yeah.
I'm always for choice. In this case, you didn't get the choice. It's
But
just
at
like,
least I
oh,
think,
you want.
yeah, the best player experience would have been your traditional upgrade. Switch 1 ROM with the Switch 2 upgrade. That way,
Yeah.
you can put it on. You can go back and forth between versions, and your save data is still your save data.
Right.
yeah. I
Or
think
at
there's still
least,
time for them to salvage this. But
yeah,
they
like,
got to
oh,
do
we see your
something.
save data here from the Switch
Yeah,
1 version. Do you
that
want me to carry it over?
see that's another way to go. At least, but it still makes a breakpoint, so you can advance in the Switch 2 version, but your Switch 1 version still stalled. While yes, that is a choice, and that would have been an acceptable answer. I don't think it's the best answer, but definitely better than the answer we got.
Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Because it's also weird for those who care about hours. Like you mentioned, Marty, it's like, you got all these hours in one in the Switch 1 version, and then now if you go to play it on Switch 2, it's starting over from zero.
John
Yeah.
says, as they say, when life gives you lemons, start unlocking jokers from scratch.
All the bananas are new or free, whatever.
Right.
Uh,
It should have. So there's other points to it. I always wondered this too, even with having Balatro on all other, systems. Like I put it on my phone.
yep.
Some people have it on their PlayStations or vice versa. They had it on PlayStation and they brought it over to the Switch. Why didn't they have, or why didn't he go one step further to allow you to have your save file or something in the cloud or through, connected through Steam's save capabilities, whatever. Like it got so big, why
Yeah,
not get to that point?
if the save would have been multi-platform, then it wouldn't matter.
Yeah, cross save, cross platform save. So,
I mean, when you've got people like Centro Leaks in the top in like the first few comments of your tweet about no save data saying this is a massive blunder, you got to go back and look at some things. Like, I, and there's been radio silence since they announced it. So I'm wondering if they're like,
I'm hoping
okay,
he's figuring out what he wants to do.
and I think that's funny that you mentioned on X they were hyping this up as a feature, right? And I think
yeah,
they probably had to spin it that way. Something tells me they were like, "Oh crap, we didn't mean to do that. Let's spin it so it's like we meant to do that."
yeah, we've always meant to like totally take a huge steaming dump on the fact that you've spent
We
hundreds of
Yeah.
hours on our beloved indie game that like
Here's all these new features.
it's
Start
it's so
over.
tone it's so tone deaf. It's
You
so
know you
it's so
want to.
bad.
You want to
This,
start
you know
over.
what this is? This is PlayStack's Cranky Kong moment at the Game Awards. This is like we've hyped up this big new thing and it's cranky mode. It's
Like more like high
you
guard.
get the what? Yeah, yeah. This is the high card at the game. It's, you get. Hey, did you like Balatro? You remember all the time you spent on it and all the enjoyment you had? You get to start over. Oh,
Woo!
yeah, awful. It's
That's frustrating
literally
for sure.
no. Here's what it is. Do you know what this is? This is the Lucy and Charlie Brown football moment of video gaming right now. So you like Balatro? Whoop!
You're
Good
back.
grief. Yeah. Okay. So don't download either of these Nintendo Switch 2 editions.
Unless
I
you want
think
to
is what
start
they're
over.
saying.
Unless you want to start
But
over.
yeah,
Yeah.
unless you do want to start over and you're like, if you've slavishly unlocked everything.
Or if you've
in
never
Balatro-
played the Switch 1 version of X,
Oh, sure.
then go
Yeah.
Sure,
for
yeah.
it.
Then this is a great version for you.
Right.
Anyway. Let's talk about Nintendo Treehouse. They also had a presentation this week where they showed off two upcoming games for Nintendo Switch 2. I mean, this was a pretty hefty presentation. Like almost an hour and a half of Pokemon Pokopia, and they also like kind of sniffed at Super Mario Wonder Bell. Like they showed like 15 minutes of it, and then we're
Yeah,
like, yeah, let's go.
I didn't watch this, but I heard that it got a really small percentage of the time. And that people
Yeah, I
probably
was
cared
very
about that more than Pokopia.
yeah. I agree. I was very surprised that they didn't get an equal showing.
I don't know.
And
The Pokopia is really big in the cozy community, so I think they really enjoyed that time that they showed that off.
yeah,
Yeah,
so
but the mainstream
bas-
isn't cozy. It's I want to
Yeah,
jump on
yes.
mushrooms.
That's true.
That's true. Yeah. So guys, basically, what they showed off was in for Super Mario Wonder Nintendo Switch 2 edition plus Meetup at Bell Park is a lot more of the mini games that you could play. There was also a fleeting mention of a single player Koopalings hunt that had already been mentioned, and it was actually mentioned and shown off more in Nintendo's last Direct or whatever, where they showed the Windy Wonder form than here. I was really thinking we would get more about that, and we didn't. And then they pretty much just shuffled that off and did like a super deep dive on Pokopia, um, which showed various systems. Pokemon, I guess what you call them, skills that you get from befriending the Pokemon.
Yes.
The item management system, how you work together with various Pokemon to complete tasks for them. And to me, it really kind of showed off that this really is just Animal Crossing with Pokemon. Even the item system, like when the item thing came out, I was like, oh,
Yeah.
that's your
pockets.
backpack from Animal Crossing with Ditto arms.
I think an equally good comparison would be like Dragon Quest Builders with Pokemon.
Yeah, I will agree with that. Like, I think that there is a merging together of those two systems in this. Like,
Yeah.
there's a social system of Animal Crossing, and crafting, and then you've got the like, I don't know any way to say it other than world management of Dragon Quest Builders. I didn't play Dragon Quest Builders 2, but I played enough of 1 to know that, like, you had to go and man it, like,
Yeah,
break down the rock piles.
2 is the
and
better game.
Cut down the trees,
But-
and I've heard that. And so,
by the way, the Ditto form of the backpack or the pockets or whatever, they said in the Treehouse that was actually showing the inside of Ditto because you're storing your stuff inside yourself.
Right. So my question on that is,
That was
if you're
funny.
storing,
disturbing.
there was a moment where they were like, your meter will go down, and then you have to eat a berry to get more ability to do like rock smash or whatever.
Yes.
If the berry's already inside of Ditto, why did they have to eat it?
I didn't see it on inside. I saw that. Was there one
It's
that
in
ate?
the item screen. It's in the item screen.
I thought they
so-
picked up one off the ground and then ate it. So
Well, you can do both. You can
Okay.
hold it or you can eat it.
that's
So
a
it's
good
like,
point.
If it's like saying,
Well, I guess the
let me get
storage
this food out of
isn't
myself so I can eat it.
storage isn't in the digestive tract.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Is it in the butt?
I don't. Don't know. Don't care.
What in the butt?
Just don't want. I just don't want my inventory to be dissolved by acid.
Anyway,
Oh,
so
my
can I ask you guys this? Did you both watch this presentation?
Yes, not all of it, but most of it.
Did you, Jesse? Did you watch any of it?
I did not watch it.
Okay, so Tim, then I'm just going to throw this to you.
Mhm.
Did this presentation move the needle for you on either of these titles in any direction? Like maybe like you were like, and I know we've talked about this. Like you liked what you've seen so far with Pokopia. Did this make you want it more, or did it make you want it less, or did it even, or was it just like, oh, okay, it's what I expected?
Yeah, so like you said, I already wanted Pokopia. I can't say it.
You said it right.
Pokopia. I wanted it when it was announced. So me going in, the reason why I didn't watch the whole thing is because I wanted to go discover a lot of it on my own. So what I watched was like, okay, let me just get in a quick idea what it was like. So I probably watched maybe 10, 15 minutes of it. And then it was like, I'm good. I'm still wanting this. So it was just more of a confirmation that I wanted to play it.
Did what about Mario? Did that, because that's going to be a $20 upgrade.
For Mario, I'm done with Wonder.
Okay.
There was nothing there that makes me want to go to play it more, unless I learn more about that single player mode. That maybe, I haven't learned anything more that makes me want to open up Wonder again and play it some more. I really loved Wonder, but I had my time with it. I'm good with it. I'm ready to move on to something else.
Yeah, I'm the same with Wonder. Nothing it would have shown me would have changed my mind. I don't play multiplayer games. I don't like Mario Party. Last time I played a Mario Party was 10 on the Wii U, and you knew how great that was.
Yeah, my family's not into doing that anymore here.
Yeah.
So I'm all about single player games now.
And there isn't enough new single player content to be worth $20 for me.
Yeah. I will say that, to be fair, there is single player content. There is the Koopaling hunt. There is the Toad Brigade training camp where you get to do missions that will give you bell water that you can spend for things. They talked about this, but
are these going to be reasonable levels, or are these going to be Kaizos? That's
I don't know. Well, one of the things that
I'm worried it's it would be the latter.
I actually think it's going to be. They did show off some of the challenges, and they showed them off multiplayer. And one of them was like Luigi. The first player was Luigi, and he was holding a ball and was rolling, and you had to or no, I'm sorry. This one was when they were in a roller skate that Goombas are in the game. And in the roller skate, it's like a race level. So you're trying to get to the end and not hit these springy platforms that bounce you back. And so with the 4-player, any person could cross the finish line and you get first, you get the credit. But I believe those are single player too. I'll be honest, like I'm worried that for me, I loved Wonder. It's one of my favorite Mario games.
Oh, I liked
it
when it was new.
Yeah.
I don't. But what I'm saying is the second part of what I was about to say was I don't know that this is enough for me to come back to. I would have been very much okay if this was a Koopalings focused island where you had to defeat all 7 Koopalings as a side DLC single player. And then you could take some of the concepts into a few multiplayer mini games. But it's almost like they were like, no.
I would have gone for that. But what we're getting doesn't sound like is worth it to me.
Right. And so, I mean, we could talk about this with full disclosure. We'll probably get a code for this or two. And so I'll pick that up when we do and review it and do some first looks for that. But I don't know that this is something that to couple this to bring this back to this Switch 2 edition talk that we just had.
Yeah.
I don't know that Nintendo has yet proven that there is a reason for these Nintendo Switch 2 editions. Like, I was excited initially about the Mario Party Nintendo Switch 2 edition, and then I got it and it was fun for 3 hours. And then the Kirby one was fun for a weekend and I finished it. And then now we've got like the Animal Crossing one has been really the only one that I've extensively played, but that's because I'm not really even into that content yet. I'm still getting to a point where I can put bridges on my island,
And that one was
put
free.
I am surprised how much
it's
content
$5.
they've given us in the last 6-7 months, but still.
Tim,
Oh yeah, that's right.
what Tim's referring to is that the big 3.0 update was free.
Yes.
They let you do the hotel and everything, but the upgraded resolution and other things like I think you could hold more and craft more at a time. That was
and mouse use in
mouse use, which I've used one time.
And the microphone.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Oh yeah, and I don't even know how to get it. So, I just don't know that the $20 price point is providing enough that it's a value at that. And the only one that I feel like I can justifiably say was worth or close to worth that was Kirby. It did add new takes on levels. It added some meat to the game.
Yeah.
But it probably would have been better at $10.
How much was the
I'm trying to think back if I bought any of the upgrades myself.
And so far there's been two repeated use pricings for these. Okay, it's either been $19.99 or $4.99.
Yeah.
And so there's not a whole lot of ground in between, and I don't know. And if there would be, that's what I'm saying. I don't know if there would be. And then there's all these games that are out there, that got free upgrades at the beginning, like Mario Odyssey, to kind of do a resolution bump and everything. But then you've got the outliers who've got nothing so far, and I'm worried now because these Nintendo Switch 2 editions haven't been great. Like, what is the Smash Nintendo Switch 2 edition going to be? Like, is it like, what can they do with it? I
actually don't think we'll get one for Smash. They're going to want to focus on making a new one.
I would say this. I'll agree with you on that. I think I can see the pros of that, but I think the cons of it are there's a Smash is in the top 5 sellers outside of Pokemon on Switch.
Well, I think it is the highest selling fighting game of all time, isn't it?
So, yeah, for them not to do a Nintendo Switch 2 edition and try to capture some of that in the time that they work on a new Smash, I think is silly.
I think it also depends on what Sakurai, when he ended the Kirby Air Riders and his team ended that, and whether or not they are looked into
what did they start
upgrade. Yeah, like what are they doing now? Like did they come back to it and say, yeah, let's do an upgrade? And then are they evaluating, is it just going to be a resolution upgrade, like the $5 version? Or is this going to be a $20 version where you actually get maybe a new fighter or
DLC pack 5?
Yeah, where it's like, okay, here's your DLC with an up-res, and you get this fighter's been invited.
If it's 3 to 4 to 5 new fighters, and that's it for and stages and music for that, best Nintendo Switch 2 edition of all time, immediately.
For sure, yeah.
Immediately. That like it's almost a no-brainer.
Like now would be the time to bring in those Resident Evil characters we were hoping they would bring that one time.
Or Tim, let's throw this out here. What if part of the Nintendo Switch 2 edition for Smash was adding new costume colors for Samus and Donkey Kong and K. Rool to match their updated renders, from Prime 4 and Donkey Kong Bonanza. And like, what if one of the Mario ones became Mario from Mario Wonder? Like all the Mario characters that were in Wonder got their Mario Wonder version. Let's do that.
So it's not even bringing in new characters; it's more just updating them to.
And if they did that,
characters,
I would still be happy to buy that.
Yeah,
because and up-res it and do all that. It adds life to the game. Maybe add a music track from each of those games to the already,
Yeah.
some of that music in Metroid Prime 4 was banging, man. That'd be great. A
Yes.
remixed version of that would be great fighting music for Smash.
Yeah.
Donkey Kong, can you imagine fighting as the updated Donkey Kong render while the Zebra song plays in the background?
Right.
Come on.
But that's the thing, though, is like if they went down that road,
then you're already really getting
like
into the Smash game, right?
Sakurai is going to be like, oh, well, what if we need a new stage? Now we need
Please understand, the new Smash
Yeah.
Brothers will be released in 2040. But really, the fact of the matter is that Smash Ultimate was so good that they
Right.
could do kind of a robust Nintendo Switch 2 edition and skip Smash in this generation completely. And I know that would make people mad, but I would be totally okay with it.
Yep.
They just continue if it came out that the Nintendo Switch 2 edition is 3 fighter packs or 2 fighter pack, you know what I'm saying? It's like it's going to trickle out over the next year. 100%. Changes the tournament game, changes all that. I'm okay with it. But I know a lot of people wouldn't be, and that's okay.
It all depends on what he's pivoted to, or unless he's, taking time off.
Vic says,
and
Smash
I know
6 pre-order bonus character, cow.
Yeah, I'm here for that.
Yes.
As long as it's not freaking Talking Flower, great. And you know what? For those of you out there that love Talking Flower,
he will commentate on every match.
That'll be the free character, like the piranha plant was.
No, because then I had a thing that hurt my brain when you said that, and it was a thought that hurt my brain. It was that they take out the traditional Smash announcer that announces all the names, and it's just Talking Flower.
Yep.
Oh, I would never play Smash again.
Hey,
look, there's the other thing. Whoa, that was a nice match, huh? Watch out.
Hey,
If they changed it, oh my gosh. But see that here again, for you Talking Flower fans, they can make him a skin of piranha plant.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. And I know we veered very, very far off the Nintendo Treehouse course. Do y'all have anything else to add about the Nintendo Treehouse presentation?
I think you brought up something in the Discord, a hot take.
Yeah, I was gonna end on this if you didn't have anything else. Those are very awkward. They just don't. Is this the best way we have to show off these games?
I like them. I think they are.
They depends on the game. Most games, I think, it's in a direct format that is edited, scripted, and really focuses on what you want to do. It as opposed to, hey, here's Bill on the couch. Let's see if he can do what we want him to do. Oh, he missed. Let's try it again. I remember when they introduced Arcade Arcade's Donkey Kong. That was a fun Treehouse segment. That made more sense as a Treehouse.
Yeah.
But it's because the game is simple, really easy to explain, and they were able to show off some advanced techniques that, at the time I didn't know, which is now that I know them, I am a better player because of it.
Yeah. I don't know. It just came across really, really. I guess some of the Treehouse people are not used to speaking on camera or things, and it came off
likely too.
It came off very stiff in some places and very.
There were some newer people on there too, weren't there?
Yeah, and that's okay. I mean, let them get their practice and everything, but
yeah.
I think the biggest thing for me looking back at it is that why even have Mario in this? Just do a Pokopia Treehouse and let that be that, because
that was kind of weird to combine the two of those.
Maybe Wonder could have been its own little mini direct.
And I think that the reason they did that is because, for those listening who don't know, Pokopia is out next week on March 5th, and then Mario's out in March as well on the 26th. And so I think it was like, here's the upcoming 2 games, that we could show you some fun multiplayer, and then we can do a deep
Yeah.
dive on
Yeah.
Pokopia because
Pocopia made sense because again, it's only a week out, but Wonder's got a month still. You've got time.
I'm willing to bet that because of this treehouse that they're not going to spend a lot of time on Pocopia tomorrow at the Pokemon Day presentation.
Oh, they definitely won't.
So,
They'll probably say, "Oh, don't forget this game comes out on Friday." Next.
yep.
But it also
There it
makes
is.
there's all that speculation, I'm sure, that's going to happen through the next few weeks as to why we got Mario squeezed in there, as opposed to its
Yeah.
own Treehouse event or its own direct later, where now people are going to be like, "Oh, Nintendo's going to have a direct. That's why they couldn't have the Mario."
Same with
Wonders."
Fire Red and Leaf Green. Why they announced it last week that is releasing tomorrow.
Yes.
Yeah, they could have announced it tomorrow and just shadow dropped it, but I think they just don't want to talk about it much. They got other things they want to say, and that's fair too.
It's going to be a lot to
Right.
say, I'm sure.
Yeah. A couple other quick news roundup items here. Donkey Kong Bonanza and Kirby Air Riders both received updates this week. Donkey Kong Bonanza was updated to version 3.2.0 with an improvement to address, quote, several issues to improve the overall gameplay experience. In other words, stability, all the stability, have some more stability. Kirby Air Riders got more specific notes at version 1.3.1. It added amiibo support for Meta Knight, King DDD, and Chef Kawasaki figures and their rides that come out next week on March 5th. There were also some balance changes. Adjustments were made to specific riders, machines, and copy abilities. And there were a resolved checklist of bugs and improved online communication stability. And so if you are still playing those games, go get your updates, treat yourself to some updates, and
hope
play
you don't
it.
have to start over.
Yep. You don't. Probably not. Also, UK Cinema Chain apparently has leaked that Wario will be in the Super Mario Galaxy movie.
That's upsetting.
Yeah.
Because if they purposely didn't show that in North American trailers, I would have wanted that to be the "oh my god" moment.
So this was not Jesse. This was not shown off in a trailer. It was in a printed synopsis of the movie where it said Mario
That's even worse.
Defeats the joined forces of Wario and Bowser Jr. I don't buy it yet. I want it to happen because that gives me hope that there will be some kind of post-credit stinger and Waluigi will appear. But it did get me thinking. We are going to play a game. We're going to play the second part of Mikey's.
Spider-Man showed up in the last movie.
Yeah,
that was you freeze frame and applaud for 5 seconds. That's the type of thing I wanted this. We're
gonna play the second part of Mikey's game with NES soundtracks here later on in the show. But it got me thinking about another little fun segment we could do here of who should play Wario. Who should voice Wario?
Vito.
Danny DeVito. Yes.
Danny DeVito. Oh gosh. That's good. It's just that's the safe answer. Right?
It is, Danny but DeVito it's also probably the funniest one.
Yeah, you're right. I was thinking if they wanted to go for comedic effect, it could be Gilbert Gottfried as Wario.
I thought he died.
AI can do amazing things today, Tim.
I would say, I think he would be funnier as a Waluigi.
Yeah, he would be. That's cool. So we do DeVito as Wario and Gilbert Gottfried as Waluigi. Oh, I just y'all. I don't know. I mean, there's already been this image floating around of Rob in Mario Galaxy, and it's not really Rob. It's like a picture, like a drawing of Rob on like a part of the background. There's also been speculation that part of Fox's arm was accidentally shown off in a trailer, which I don't know what to believe about that. And now
Yeah,
potentially,
that's probably a stretch, but yeah,
it's out there.
Beer says Shane Gillis.
Who is Shane Gillis?
I don't know who Shane Gillis is either. Yeah, I can see in the future doing,
What has he done?
doing
He's a
enough
stand-up
crossovers,
comedian.
we can get a Smash movie, but there's so much more Mario that they can give us.
Yeah, I agree.
That.
But it seems like this movie, and this is too early for criticism, but it's like they've crammed in Wonder, Odyssey, and Galaxy into one movie. And it's like, guys, this writes itself. It's been writing itself for 40 years. Slow down. I don't know.
Wario should be Robert Downey Jr.
And you just quadrupled the budget. Congratulations.
I am inevitable. And I am Wario. Snap. Or fart. Everything turns to dust. Anyway, I just wanted to throw that out there. So, hey, last news item here, or for this part of the news. Tomorrow is, or today, as you hear this in your audio version, is Pokemon Day. Pokemon Day, February 27th. There will be a Pokemon Presents event. And so what do we think is going to come out of this presentation tomorrow?
We already know what Jesse thinks is going to come out tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, while I don't think it will be announced because that would be more of a Nintendo announcement, I still think we're going to see like a Switch 2 mini-ish type of console that will be released day and date with Gen 10. Because we got that with the 2DS, we got that with the Switch Lite. It makes sense that they do that here because there just isn't enough Switch 2s out there yet for that mainstream Pokemon audience. And I don't think that mainstream audience wants to pay $500 yet. They're going to want like $300, $350 reduced price model.
Can I counter that and ask, do you think because of that, and it might still be too soon for a Switch 2 Lite, do you think Gen 10 is still going to be on the Switch instead?
It's likely it would also be Switch 1 and Switch 2 with Switch 2 upgrades like they did with ZA. But they've never done that with a mainline Pokemon game before. Me personally, I want them to stop with the models that they designed for Sun and Moon and give us something a little more detailed and use the graphical power of the system. If they make a Switch 1 version, they're not going to do that.
Jesse, do you think they've even had time to do that?
I'm not saying they've had an extra year.
I'm not trying to be devil's advocate on it. I'm asking a legit question.
While they did have an extra year, previously they've gone every 3 years. This is now the 4th year since 9. But I agree, it also may not be enough time to do a full.
I mean, if they're doing a
full model refresh,
a full model overhaul on the entire Pokedex as it stands right now,
including Gigantamax, crystallized Megas, you've probably got 1,200 models out there.
Here's what I would love to see them do.
That's not a little bit of work.
And I know this might be controversial as well, but I would love to see them do this with Gen 10, is stop all the Mega, Gigantamax, Crystal, whatever versions, and just focus on like regular Pokemon fighting.
Back to basics.
Go back to basics. Like at one point, I love Mortal Kombat. Y'all know that. But at one point, Mortal Kombat's storyline and everything had become just a crap storm. And Mortal Kombat 1 was like the get back to basics for it, right? And people enjoyed that. I mean, it held on to some stuff. It got rid of things it needed to get rid of. It got, I didn't necessarily like the cameo combo thing, but whatever. Why can they let this be like it's been 10 generations now. Let this be a soft reboot for
I
getting
do
back
agree
to
with
basic
you.
Pokemon.
Other than the megas, I
mechanics.
haven't been a fan of any of the gimmicks that they've done. I would like a gimmick-free generation, but I think there's still going to be a gimmick in it.
That's what I'm saying is like, why can we not have a gimmick-free generation where it's just about telling a good story, getting a good engine in place?
They don't know how to tell a good story.
They know how to tell the same story over and over and over and over and over and again.
Right.
Young boy or girl sets off from home with a Pokemon companion, meets an evil organization that wants to take over the world. Oh no, there's a rival. And then there's leveling and grinding through 400 billion pathways.
And now your rival is your friend.
and then you fight the Elite Four and yay.
Vic says, "What's a Z, Jesse? Speak American."
It's the same thing as an aura, as they say in Louisiana when they're teaching their letters. LMNOP aura. ST.
Okay, I didn't know this.
Regional dialects.
Hello.
So is there any expectation that we get, or is any prediction expectation that we're going to get any nostalgia tomorrow besides Fire Red, Green, and Leaf Green?
I think last week's announcement burned that bridge. I don't think we're going to see anything else. Maybe TCG related. They never did release that card set that they announced 3 years ago. That
the $250 set,
right? That I still would have bought it. I would have probably never touched it.
That's because the world went crazy for Pokemon cards. Or scalpers actually did.
Yes.
Right. I understand why they didn't do it. But
so today they shared this image that said 1 day left, and the image was split between gold and silver. The one was gold on top and silver on the bottom. Speculation is that there will be some announcement gold and silver related tomorrow.
Are they going to do another gold and silver remake? They've already done one. If I would have liked to see if they're doing another remake, go black and white. That's the generation I skipped because I played the hell out of 4. So when 5 came out, again, 3DS came out, Gen 5 came out on DS, and I passed on it. And many people say that's the best generation, in terms of storytelling that they've ever had, and then they've went downhill since then. So that's what I would like to see them remade, because I would go back and play that remake, but I'm not willing to go back and buy the cart for $150 for nostalgia.
No, they'll just sell it to you for $20 on the eShop.
I would be okay with that. I'm just not going to pay the aftermarket price.
Yeah.
For the expectations for me, I'm in trouble because I have high hopes and high expectations for tomorrow.
Don't do that.
Oh, Tim.
I can't help it because it's the anniversary. 30th anniversary. They should be coming out with guns a-blazing.
Good is the key word there.
Yes. I'm expecting
Tim.
a lot.
Well,
a lot of stuff that I'm not going to care about.
So
there's going to be a lot.
There's going to be a lot of mobile stuff.
There's going to be a lot of mobile. There's going to be a lot of
games.
Netflix shows. Maybe a movie. But
there's definitely going to be a movie tomorrow. There's absolutely going to be a 30.
There hasn't been a movie in a while, has there?
I understand that. Let me throw a big one out there. This is a big spoilerific prediction. I don't know. I think tomorrow that we get confirmation of Detective Pikachu 2.
Oh, I'd be okay with that.
Okay.
I think because it was huge.
That'll
It was a
Yeah,
big deal for them.
it was a great movie.
Detective
Yeah.
Pikachu too. But can we have someone either listening, either video or audio, that you need to check on Tim tomorrow? All right. Just do a welfare check.
I'm gonna watch it tomorrow. It's at 9 a.m. Eastern, so I should be able to
I know.
live react to it.
So there you go. Be sure y'all
Yeah.
check on Tim, because
Well,
I have a feeling that he's going to be in a
yeah.
puddle of disappointment.
Mikey Dreamer says Detective Pikachu was the last film, I think. I was thinking animated movies. I know they used to have one every year.
They could even do one of those.
For
Yeah.
15 to 20 years they did. And then they stopped.
Sure. I do think
Mecha Dragon says they have a talk about Pokemon Champions. We still know nothing, next to nothing about that game. I agree with that.
Yeah.
I am ready. Like, I just want them to focus on one Pokemon game. Just focus on a console game and be done with mobile. But they're not going to do that because it's going to be huge, because that's where they make all their money.
Oh, yeah, there'll probably be some more information on the Pokemon card game on mobile.
Yep. Absolutely.
Something
They're going to
on
waste. It's going to be like a 30-minute presentation, and they're going to show 1 second or two of, or 5 minutes of Gen 10, and that's going to be all the game talk. The rest of it's going to be toys and plushies.
Well, yeah, because there's always more to
movies
come.
and-
You know,
Yeah.
they'll be like, "Oh,
Yeah.
here's this, tease, more to
So,
come throughout
Like
the year."
I
Can
don't
we-
even think we'll get a full reveal of the starters. We might see them in silhouette.
I
Yeah,
guess
because there's another
well,
Pokemon presents later this year too, isn't there?
What
It's
I was
usually-
about to ask.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jesse.
There's usually
Okay.
one in the summer as well to talk about whatever's
Yeah.
coming, whatever
Gotcha.
game's releasing in October, November.
So what I was going to ask is, do we expect this to be Pokemon Wind and Waves?
What's that?
That's
I-
been the
those
the
are the
leaked
boom-
name.
I know.
I hope not, but I won't be surprised if it is.
Gotcha. Okay.
Maybe they
Well, we'll
renamed it.
We'll see
I
in less than 12
definitely.
hours.
So what I'm gonna do what I normally do on these type of things. I'm gonna watch the event as close to live as possible, and then once that's done, I'm gonna look for Roger's reaction video and give that a watch too, because I like seeing his reactions to things like this.
Me too.
All right. Well, let's round up our gaming news with some release updates, some games that you need to know about. Lots of games out today. Fallout 4 Anniversary Edition is now available on Switch 2, as well as the Disney Afternoon Collection on Switch and Switch 2. Today was a big day for Resident Evil fans with the Resident Evil Generation Pack on Switch 2, as well as Requiem and 7 and 8.
That's what the
Biohazard and
generation pack
Village.
is 7 and 8 together.
Well, but I'm saying you can buy them individually as well if you want to.
Right.
And Requiem. The pack includes Requiem.
The pack does include Requiem, and that pack is only bundled and available until the 31st of March. And
Yes.
so if you want that, you need to be quick on that.
That's,
Pokemon
I think,
Fire Red and
$90 for that bundle, I think.
Mhm. Yeah, it's basically like
Which is-
getting one game for free, pretty
Yeah.
much. I mean, it's pretty insane deal. Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green are both out now. If you're listening to the audio version, available in English, French, and Spanish. You have to choose your correct build of the game. Those are out $20 each. And then very soon, like as in next week soon, Scott Pilgrim EX, Poker Night at the Inventory, Pokemon Pokopia are all out by March 5th. And then Mario Brothers Wonder, Nintendo Switch 2 Edition, plus Meetup at Belleville Park on March 26th, and Mega Man Star Force Legacy Collection on March 27th. And then dates that we know of, including new confirmed dates, Tomodachi Life on April 16th, High on Life for Switch 2 on April 20th. He-Man and the Masters of the Universe Dragon Pearl of Destruction gets a release date as of today of April 28th, and that is multi-platform, but play it on Switch. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, May 12th. Coffee Talk Tokyo, May 21st. Bubsy 4D, May 22nd. 007 First Light, May 27th. The Adventures of Elliot. The Millennium Tales, June 18th. And then out sometime south of midnight, and Mina the Hollower, which they have now changed to a spring 2026 target. And also announced this week, the Marvel Maximum Collection, which includes X-Men Arcade, Both SNES and Genesis era Spidey and Venom beat 'em ups, Maximum Carnage and Separation Anxiety. Lots of Game Boy and Game Gear versions, and NES and SNES versions. I think Captain America and the Avengers beat 'em up is in there as well, and the notoriously terrible X-Men Arcade's Revenge is also in there.
Of course it is.
So I'm just gonna buy that for the X-Men arcade game, and that's pretty much what everybody else is doing too. So
that alone is probably
that-
makes it worth the price.
yeah, that does not have. It also has rollback net codes, so you can play online with people, and so that's going to be a blast. No release date on that yet, but Limited Run Games is doing that. So don't
What was the
forget to
name
check
of
out our
it again?
YouTube
Marvel what?
Marvel Maximum Collection. There's a video we posted in Discord for that if you
Yes.
want to go see it. Don't forget to check out our YouTube video or YouTube channel for lots of first look videos. We've got brand new first look videos up of Disney Afternoon Collection, Fallout 4, and lots more, and newest releases as well. That's our news. Let's discuss. All right, guys, it is time for our round 2 of a game that Mikey Burgett, fan of the show and Screen Nerds podcast host, developed for us, that the top or random blind box rankings of third-party NES soundtracks. And do we have the ones that we ranked last time? Is that easily pulled up?
I'll see if I can find them.
So, for those of you who are maybe first-time listeners or haven't listened in a while, we've been doing these mystery blind box or blind rankings games for a while. Lots of different topics, and we ask for ones from our fans, listeners of the show. And Michael sent this one in, blind ranking third-party NES soundtracks. And last time we played the game, the games that we were ranking were Mega Man 2, Contra, DuckTales, Castlevania, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And the way that shook out for us was number 5, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, number 4, Castlevania, number 3, Contra, number 2, Mega Man 2, and number 1, DuckTales. And so, just like we did last time, Jesse, are you ready to play a snippet of that music?
Yeah, I'll have to do some fast YouTube searches. This is what I did last time. Does he have a part 3, or is this the last part of his game?
This is it.
Okay,
this is it.
Okay.
All right. So he just sent in 2 weeks. And so if you were out there while Jesse's getting ready and getting set up to share some of that music, if you have a blind ranking game for us to play, or a game of another kind that you've come up with, send it to nintendodads@gmail.com, or you can send it in a DM via X or Instagram, or if you know us personally, you can reach out to us, and we'll be glad to share that on the show, give you credit, and have a lot of fun playing. So, yeah. Are you ready?
Yep.
All right. Here we go. I would say, are you ready? Because this is last time I thought was kind of torturous, but all of them were so good. All right. First one for this week's NES Batman.
Oh, Sunsoft?
Yes. Sunsoft Batman.
If I remember right, that kind of slapped.
Yeah. Well, not that one. Can you forward over to the boss music?
Boss battle.
I would hear about 30 seconds of this before I died. So, one of the hardest NES games of all time. All right, so what you guys going to say?
Well, if the list is anything like last week, it's going to be hard to tell. So I wonder if we should just put this in the middle. As a
I
baseline.
vote is for number 4.
I'd be okay with that.
Okay.
Vic says needs more
So-
prints.
Needs more Party Man. Definitely.
Just
By the way,
watch My Hero Academia Vigilantes, and you'll get all the prints you want.
as an aside here, if you haven't seen it this week, the leading up to the release of the new Lego Batman, they redid the Party Man scene in Lego. It's in the game. You need to go check it out.
Oh, boy.
There's a video of it up on YouTube. And it has the real music. It's fantastic. All right, so number 4, we're going with Batman. All right, and all of these are NES games. All right, so just go ahead. Number 2 is, or the next offering is Gradius.
Hmm.
Title screen music. And stage 1. Konami and Capcom are both really good at making NES tracks.
Yep. All right, I need a ranking.
I don't think it should be high. I don't think it should be bottom either. So I'm thinking maybe this one for 3.
What say you, Tim?
This isn't that high up for me, but I'm fine with 3. I would have been fine with 5.
Yeah.
But I'm fine with 3 too.
This is early. Well, I say early NES, but it was probably even earlier Famicom.
Okay.
Yeah, at least it's a pre-MMC chip game. Let's put it that way, which really limits its capacity.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
that makes sense.
All right. Let's go to the next one. Ninja Gaiden.
Oh.
Yep.
If I can spell it. Yeah, I used to be good at this game. I actually could beat it.
Yeah.
With music in the cinematic scenes as well. This is
Thanks to Rewind feature, I finally did beat this game. Finally.
Yeah, I remember that sound.
I've heard that tone lots and lots and lots of times.
Yeah.
This is gonna be 1 or 2 for me.
I'm good with 2.
Okay.
All right. Ninja Gaiden in at 2. Are we ready for the next one?
Yeah.
As ready as
All
I'll
right.
ever be.
It is Bad Dudes.
Bad Dudes.
This one I don't know. I don't think I've ever even played this game.
Are you a bad enough dude to save the presidents?
It's a stage.
So Jesse, fun fact: the boss at the end of stage 1 in this game is Karnov.
Yeah, I see that as this track's called Karnov Battle. Here's Boss Battle. I think this is our 5.
I
Okay.
agree.
All right.
5. So,
So
the only thing left.
that means the only thing left is number 1.
All right.
Just like last time.
Right.
And
we're scared
number
to use
1,
that slot.
the next game is Blaster Master.
Yes.
That's a good one.
Yes. I will take that as number 1. Yes. Yes.
Okay, with this being 1.
Yes, I am too.
Again, another Sunsoft game.
Right?
Yes.
Let's see here. Boss battle. Ooh. Like he says, good job. Boss defeated.
Can you turn it down just a little, Jesse? It's really loud.
This is the ending
All right.
theme.
Thanks.
So for week 2 of Mikey's game, our top 5 NES third-party soundtracks. Number 5, Bad Dudes. Number 4, Batman. Number 3, Gradius. Number 2, Ninja Gaiden. And number 1, Blaster Master. I think I agree with you guys, except for Gradius.
What would you put Gradius at?
I would have swapped it 1 lower.
Okay.
I think Batman is a solid 3.
Yeah, that if we had known the games before ranking it, I probably would have done the same thing.
Right? And also, I go back to week 1, Mega Man 2 should have beat DuckTales, but it is the gold standard of NES soundtracks. Sorry. It just is. But anyway, and Castlevania should have. I don't know. All of them are good. All 10 of these games have memorable soundtracks. So except for Bad Dudes, I don't. Yeah.
Now,
so 9 out of 10.
What if you had to rank these the top 10?
Mega Man 2 still going to be number 1.
Yeah, I'd say DuckTales, Mega Man 2, still 1 and 2, then Blaster Master.
Then Castlevania.
Yeah.
And then after that, probably Ninja Gaiden for 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
man.
I do want to set up a game similar to what I did last time, but instead of old arcade games, games that would be playable on NSO.
Yeah, that'd be good. Be sure to wait till Justin gets back.
Oh yeah, it'll take me a while to come up with it because
he loved those games so much.
Well, it was actually his suggestion to do an NSO one. At least games that have been on a Nintendo platform, because some of those arcades never were.
Oh, I thought he said try to use Nintendo Music.
True. Yeah, that's would be a good source. Does that have a web interface, or is that mobile only?
Mobile only.
That makes it more difficult to rip tracks.
Absolutely.
That's true.
But I'll figure something out.
With that game done, it's time to shift gears and talk about games we've been playing. Jesse, you're up to bat. What you been playing?
All right. So last week I said I rolled credits on Dragon Quest VII Reimagined. What I've done since then was played as much as I can of post game. And while I came across 3 fights that I couldn't beat, and I think beating one of them would ultimately lead to an even more difficult version of that fight. So I'm not sure how much I should spoil or not. Well, yes, it's a 20-year-old, 25-year-old game, but I don't know if the same post-game content existed on the PS1 version or not. Uh, and I know a lot of people are playing the Switch version or the reimagined version for for the first time. But basically, I came across these three fights I couldn't beat even at I'm not 99s, but I'm damn near close. So grinding to 99 wouldn't benefit me much. And I think I have the best gear I can acquire. I don't think I can get anything else. If there is better gear, it's as a result of it's a reward for beating these encounters. So I've since put this game up, uh, and then started I continue I can started to continue my playthrough of Escape from Ever After. Roger talked a good bit about it when he was on a few weeks ago. I did a Did I do a first look on it? I think I did. I think I did a stream of it where I recorded the mo the prologue, which was about the first hour and a half of the game, and I ended it just before starting chapter one. So the way this game is set up, I think there's 5 chapters total based on basic, you know, you start out as an intern, you want to work your way up into the company to eventually be able to get permission to go to the real world where Ever After Inc.'s head global HQ is, so you can take it down. So that there are 4 steps from intern to the top rank, which means that the next chapter after that would be chapter 5, likely the last chapter. And just like there was content before chapter 1 started, which I called the prologue, there is content between chapters as well that you have to do. And the chapters themselves are pretty lengthy, probably 8 to 15 hours each. I'm not sure how long I've been playing this game for, depending on how quick you are at some of the puzzles. Some of the puzzles were tricky, and it took me a bit to to work around them. But there's content between each chapter, which again could be like 2 to 5 hours of stuff, depending on how much side questing you want to do. So I'm currently post chapter 2, before chapter 3. There was a side quest that put me into Little Red Riding Hood's book, which that was pretty funny. Uh, you fight Grandma, and it's a clever fight. It's not, you don't fight that battle the way most other trash battles are fought, or even most boss battles are fought. You kind of have to do different things with it, but I did enjoy it. I was surprised at who your third recruitable member was. I wasn't expecting that to be. I'm not going to spoil it, so it'll be a surprise when Tim gets there and other people get there. But I do like what this character can do, and definitely is that character's ability is used a lot in the end of chapter 2 to help you traverse. I think I remember seeing a bunch of cracked walls in various places. So whenever I notice it, I jot it down in my notebook so I can go back to it later. I presume the 4th playable character will be your Bob Bomb like or at least something that lets you bust through cracked walls.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I can think of why they would be there.
Okay.
But yeah, so I'm liking this game. I'm still going through it. I don't know. I've been I on these types of games I normally don't do the special abilities very often. So I normally don't like flower points in Paper Mario. So I really haven't been putting points into that. I've been putting most of my points into the trinkets you can equip
Trinkets. Yeah.
and your hit points. But I have a feeling it's one of the things you collect are ink bottles, which you can use to upgrade your special ability fights
Yes.
So if I'm not using the special ability attacks, is upgrading them any worth it? I don't know. Because right now I still have 8 out of 8. I've never upgraded it, and after upgrading some of these abilities, it will cost 5 or 6 of the caffeine points or whatever they call it.
Right.
Uh,
Yeah, the coffee.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's like, okay, I can only do this once. So is it worth
Yeah.
even doing it if I'm not really putting points into increasing my maximum caffeine?
Mm. Okay.
But so again, that's just the play style. Uh, the how you so like your first shield upgrade, that was pretty funny when I got it, and then the loot upgrade for Wolf was pretty funny, but the upgrade for Cinder was kind of sad of how Cinder got upgraded. Uh, or Tinder, I mean, not Cinder. So that's Dragon's Lair. Um, but so I expect similar power ups to increase my attack to be coming up soon, based on how these games play out. So I guess I'm around the halfway point of the game,
Okay.
and I do plan on playing through it. So little, I'm not going to say which. I don't know if I can say which game it is because there's due to embargo. But there is a game I'll be playing. I'll be recording first look this weekend to go live next week on the morning this game launches. So look out for
Okay.
that.
Nice.
All right, Tim.
So been playing a few games here and there. So more Escape from Ever After, like Jesse. I'm still in chapter 1, and yeah, so I'm there. He did a good job explaining the game, so I won't go in further there. Dokapon Kingdom Connect, I've been playing with the usual suspects from the Retro Logic crew. Having a lot of fun with that. Carmageddon Rogue Shift. Again, that is the car. It's not car battle, but it's basically like a car battle racing game. And I can't remember what you actually call that genre, but it's getting late, so my brain is like ready to shut down. But Carmageddon Road Shift is again, I think that's going to be on my top 10 list at the end of the year. I'm having a lot of fun with it. It is my favorite racing game right now on the Switch. Nice arcadey type battle system, and it's a rogue light battle system too. So you make a run and see how far you can get. And I got pretty far this last time I went into it. So and a couple people have commented on the first look video I did for it. They've actually been having a lot of fun with it too. Carmageddon Rogue Shift. So also did a couple first looks. Actually, it was a sneak peek because we were limited on what we could show for Resident Evil 7 Biohazard Gold Edition and Resident Evil Village Gold Edition. I did a sneak peek, about 10 minutes worth of each of those games just to show off some of the graphics to the game, how well it played in the Switch 2, and some of the gameplay.
You were just scared.
I'm so into the game though. I wish I had more time to be playing it because it was actually a lot of fun. I was irritated with the stupid flashlight though. It's like the flashlight, you go open the door and it starts dimming down. I know it's on purpose, but it's like, dims down, it's dark, and then it brightens up again, and then you can see more of the room. And I was like, yeah, come on.
I love my flashlights that dim every time I open a door in my
Yeah,
house.
like every movement, my flashlight's dimming until I if I spin too fast, it's dimming. It's like, come on. I need a better flashlight here. Anyways, great pickups for when they're out now. The Resident Evil 7 Biohazard Golden Edition and Resident Evil Village Gold Edition. These are, you play them natively on the Switch 2. They're not cloud editions, but you still can get the cloud versions on the regular Switch if you want to play these games. So you still can get those there. And of course, Requiem comes out. I don't believe any of us got codes for that, but that's gonna be on there on my list. I'm gonna probably pick that up. I want to get through both of these. Just got to find the time. More Split Fiction with my friend Scott. We got to play more. We're in I'm guessing towards the end game of the game. We got we're in the dragon story of the game, and if I remember hearing correctly, that is one of a lot of people say that's their favorite part of the game, and I think it is towards the end of the game. So we're getting close. Again, Split Fiction is a 2-player co-op game. It's set in the minds of these writers that you're playing, and their stories. And one is more science fiction writer, and one is more fantasy writer. So you're playing between their two worlds, and it's a lot of fun. Animal Crossing New Horizons Nintendo Switch 2 edition. Playing that, did a lot of redevelopment on my island, moving stuff around, redeveloping things. In fact, I created a concert venue on my island.
Oops, sorry.
That was so
exactly.
perfect. Are you sure with that music, Tim? Are you sure it's a concert venue?
Yes. That is the Dad's After Dark concert venue.
That's actually from the Marvel Maximum Collection trailer. I was looking to see if it was going to be a Switch 2 version or only Switch 1 to update our notes on that.
That was funny. What happened is that I found out that my island has been at a 5-star rating for a long, long time. And when it's 5 stars, you get the little flowers that pop up like once a week or once every few weeks or whatever. And then all of a sudden I hadn't seen those flowers. I was like, what's going on? So I talked to Isabel, and she said, oh, you're 4 stars now. You had too much clutter on your island.
You downgraded?
What the heck?
So I was like, what do you mean I got too much clutter? Never had this problem before. What I found out is that the turnips that I've been storing outside in a fenced area was on the ground. That counts as too much clutter in a cluttered area. So like if you have more than 15 things or something like that in an area, it's considered cluttered, and
these things that came from the ground are now laying on the ground, and it's cluttering.
You have to put things.
Can you store them inside?
You can, and it won't count towards being cluttered because it's inside. But I wanted them outside, but I found out that I have to put them on benches or tables. So what I did was I created benches, and then I was like, you know what? I'm going to create, because I had a big space. I was like, I'm going to create this concert venue for turnips.
Well, so I created that explains it. I didn't understand the joke when you said it, but that makes sense. Now.
So,
I have
it's I put him like, because I had 30 turnips, 30 stacks of 10, so it's what, 3,000 or something like that. But anyways,
300 turnips,
300, something like that. It's 3,000 turnips. It's actually 3,000 because when I bought it was 3,000 turnips, but they stacked
a lot of turnips.
You have them like on a 3 by, I don't know.
It's 3,000, but they stack in tens, but there's like, it confuses my brain every time I think about it, but I know it was 3,000. Because I had to think about calculating. Yeah. But anyways, I created the concert venue. I have a stage with, band equipment and all that kind of stuff. And then these turnips are all sitting on the bench ready to sell. The problem is that I have a decreasing value throughout this week, so I'm not going to be able to sell it on my island. And everybody, my family around me, all has decreasing values or small spikes.
No.
So it's like I'm hitting up the Discord community. I'm like, please, I hope one of you guys
Can
before
you
by
can you film a
Saturday.
video in the next week where you lay 3,000 turnips on the ground in your island, just one at a time?
Right.
Animal
Yeah.
Crossing ASMR. Tim lays turnips on the ground.
They're all in the concert venue. So in fact, I do have a small clip of my wife trying to break into the concert venue to steal my turnips. So in our Discord.
Can you give me a still image, a screenshot of your concert venue?
Yeah.
You can use that as
I
the
do.
background to the thumbnail.
I mean,
Okay.
I've heard of killer tofu from Doug, but never killer turnips.
All right. But that's what I've been doing with Animal Crossing New Horizons in there. And then a video that I just put up today, or actually will go up tomorrow morning, or by the time you're listening to this recording, it'll be up. Squadron Phoenix. So,
That's a lot to unpack.
do you like Star Fox? I'm sure you
Yeah,
do. Do you like roguelites?
sure.
Did you want a smash of those two together?
Eh,
That is what this
do
is.
I?
First Squadron Phoenix is a Star Fox like game, but you do runs like a roguelite where you can upgrade your ship, upgrade your weapons, make a run, see how far you get, and then you get points to be able to buy some more equipment for your
Characters in the
ship.
key art are in this exact same pose as the Star Fox's characters.
Yes. It is
Yeah.
very Star Fox heavy.
And you even got
Heavily influenced.
your Andros like thing in the other corner with these just like wow.
It is actually a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun playing this last night when I got the code, or yesterday when I got the code, and then played more today with doing the first look today. I did find that it is the way you control it. It is better to use the Pro controller than it is the Joy-Cons to play this game, especially for a while. Because last night I was holding it on my Switch and Switch 2, and it was just like, because the way you have to support it this way and then hold the trigger and the buttons, it was like it was wearing on my palms, and not even with the grips I had on it, it wasn't enough support for my palms. So when I played it doing the video, I found the Pro controller was much better, and I got much farther with that because of that. But again, First Squadron Phoenix, highly recommended. I'll probably be playing this one as well a lot.
Good deal.
Between that and Carmageddon Rogue Shift, I'm good with rogue lights.
Yeah.
That's what I've been playing.
Cool. So I can finally talk about the fact that I've been playing the Disney Afternoon Collection for the last 3 weeks. Capcom sent us over a way early code for this game, and y'all, it's glorious. It's exactly what I wanted. And they, I did have this on PS4 that transferred over to PS5 when I got that. Again, I've wondered for years why this never showed up on Switch. I still don't understand it, but it's here now, and it has bonus games that it did not have before, including time attack and boss rush modes, as well as a music player for you to go listen to the moon music on DuckTales over and over and over again. But I mean, if you think about it, I want to say it's like $20. And yeah, 19.99, and you get 8 games with this. You get Chippendale 1, Rescue Rangers 1 and 2, you get DuckTales 1 and 2, you get Darkwing Duck and Tailspin, and then you get Goof Troop and Bonkers. And I don't remember much
Bonkers.
about the show Bonkers.
I remember
it's like
watching it. It was weird.
Like a cat that's a cop. And I mean, the
Plus, he
game is very well
partners
done
with a
because
human cop, I think. Yeah.
yeah, they're all Capcom games, so they're all really well done. Tailspin is probably the most difficult out of the lot. Darkwing Duck's also sometimes frustratingly difficult. But there's a ton of nostalgia here if you grew up in the 80s, early 90s, if you were a kid, you came home and there was the Disney afternoon block of shows, and these harken back to that. And so I highly recommend it. It's a lot of fun.
Do
And
you think the
Chippendale, like games,
Do you think the Disney afternoon games were the first Souls-like games, the hard ones?
Darkwing Duck,
Well, just
definitely.
a
Yeah,
lot of NES games were just hard.
yeah,
Yeah.
they were, and it was
Partly because when they ported them to the NES, they made them deliberately more difficult so some people wouldn't beat it on a weekend rental.
yeah.
Because rentals are illegal in Japan. They tried to make them legal here, but the only thing they made illegal was copying the manual.
Anyway, you should go pick this up. Also, we got a code from Bethesda this week. Actually, we got several codes from Bethesda this week for Fallout 4 Anniversary Edition. And I've got a first look video actually for both of these games up on our YouTube channel right now. But as a Fallout newbie, I had never played. I played literally like an hour of Fallout 4 before this at some point in the last 10 to 15 years, however long it's been since it came out. This performs fantastically on Switch 2. It is locked in at 60 frames per second, both for docked and handheld. And it all of the like because it's the anniversary edition, all of the DLCs are here, all of that. And so it is a very, very good port of Fallout 4. I mean, there's nothing about it that looks downgraded or whatever you might want to call it. And so if you've played Fallout before, you know there's a ton of it's a choose your own adventure survival game where you get to the choices you make are going to influence the way the game ends up for you. So you can be evil, you can be good, you can join different societies, you can play stealth, or you can go in guns blazing. I had just gotten earlier, I've played a couple hours now. Just gotten to the place where I got power armor for the first time and a minigun and fought a death claw, and that was fun. And then I had to escort some people for some survivors from that village back to what's called the sanctuary and build them some beds so they could go sleep.
Nice.
This is
Yeah.
one of those games
So-
where your faction, how well you stand or not stand with certain groups, matter. Because,
Yeah.
do something to increase one faction will decrease the other, and then if you try to do things with they'll just smack you around instead of being
Yeah.
able to access their storylines. So, so it's one
I
of
have
those
to say,
games
too-
you can't do everything in one playthrough.
I have
Right.
to say too that this has nothing to do with the game itself, but that icon on your Switch is really nice. I like
Very
that
cool.
icon.
Yeah.
I like what they did with it.
Yeah. So the video that we've got up on our channel is like from the beginning, character creation all the way through getting out of the vault that you're in. So basically the tutorial of the game lets you see all the elements of combat and different things. And so if you're interested in the game, you should go definitely and check that video out. That's what we've been playing. Let's turn on the community spotlight real quick.
Yes. All right.
That
We
bass I'm
have-
not used to yet.
We have a couple questions this week. Well, actually, one question and one voicemail. So we'll get through those, but I wanted to let everybody know that our listeners that we are going to start taking some questions so we can answer those in the coming weeks because we thought it was going to be a slow news week today, but we actually had a lot to talk about. But I know it may get kind of slow. We'll be talking probably about Pokemon next week. So if you have questions about that, even though it'll be quite several days later, we can still talk about it then. Or if you have any other questions, we'll be probably needing to have some questions in the coming weeks, unless
Yep.
Nintendo surprise us with a direct of some sort. With that said, submit your questions. and we'll start collecting them so that when we do have a light week, we can start answering those questions. One other thing to mention, we are also doing a monthly mayhem, and that is, or monthly mayhem, as I apparently typed here.
That's how they pronounce it.
I know. So Pokemon Monthly Mayhem is this month, and it is a fire red and leaf green mayhem. And it is you register by the 27th. So by the time you're listening to this recording, if you're not watching us live right now, you have to register by noon. Maybe John will give you a little leeway if you're a little late, but register by noon to play Pokemon Fire Red or Green Leaf is what it is in this image, or Leaf Green, from scratch, starting that day. And how we track that, how we're going to track that is that we are going to give you your character's name. So you will get your character's name given to you tomorrow or on the 27th. And that's the character's name you will start with and then use for playing. Now, how are we going to score this? You won't know. It's a blind scoring system.
I'm scared.
You're just going to go and play the game, and then when we get towards March 25th, then we'll share how we're going to score it. And we'll start asking for information, asking for posts in our Discord for that. We have a specific channel set aside for that. So you play, you enjoy the game. There's going to be one winner, and then we'll do a lotto of all the players who participated, and there'll be a winner pulled from that. Those are $25 gift cards for both of those. So again, you got to be part of Discord in order to enter and get into the game, and contact John or myself. We'll say John because I think he's the one who's collecting everybody who's playing.
Yeah,
got to collect them all.
While I am not eligible for prizes, I will be participating, and I do not know the criteria. So
don't ask.
I am just as blind as all the other players are going to be.
Yes. So we're looking forward to playing that. It's going to be a lot of fun. So it'll go from February 27th to March 25th for Fire Red and Leaf Green Mayhem. So, all right, let's jump into the one question we got that we've been holding on to from Ink Goblin. We've seen a lot of games ported to the Switch from other consoles over the years. What is the game that is at the very top of your list that you wish would come to Switch or Switch 2 still?
I got mine. Disney Afternoon Collection was mine. But if I had to pick one now, I think it's Red Dead Redemption 2.
Okay.
There hasn't been a lot of games that I've been on the other systems that I've been playing. I guess I could say, I talked about Cinecross a few weeks ago. That's on Steam. I would love for that to be on the Switch. But again, that's pretty damn niche. That's trying to think of what else. I would have said the Arkham games earlier, but I think they're all out there now.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Well, it did say the top of your list, so
yeah.
So I honestly can't think of anything else. The Vegas
Isn't there a
Infinite
Dragon Quest game you wanted that still hasn't been announced for North America at least?
Yeah, I'm trying to the Muso games. I don't remember what they're called. They did have Japanese versions on Switch, but it didn't come to North America.
Okay.
It's not Legends. I don't remember what they're called. But yeah, it's like Hyrule Warriors.
Dragon Quest Heroes.
Heroes, that's it. Yeah. I remember I did try to play both of those games on PlayStation and didn't get very far in either. But if they were on the Switch, I might give them another try.
Okay. Mine is NHL 94 Rewind. I mean, I know we've asked for it on the Switch, but now we're on Switch 2. We gotta have NHL 94 Rewind on there. That would be my hope. That's what I would want ported because it was, it's been a while and it'd be kind of cool to get down the Switch.
I'm still wanting that Arcade Archives Popeye.
There you go. There you go. All right. We got a voicemail from Dave Ernsberger. He's one of our Patreon producers.
Hey, Nintendo Dads. It's Dave Ernsberger here, longtime Patreon producer. And I'm just calling you out of the blue, really. I just listened to the Serious Talk episode, number 567, and I just got through listening to the part called Jesse's Divorce. And I wanted to call you as a fan of the show and occasional guest and just thank you really once again for having the courage and sensitivity and ambition to talk about the dads part of Nintendo Dads as much as the Nintendo part of Nintendo Dads. I've been a Patreon producer of the show for as long as I can remember, really. I mean, we must be going on for a long time now. And it's really discussions like that that are the reason why I continue. So I wanted to thank you for that. You know, it's not easy for guys to talk about stuff in their lives. It's tough for dads, tough for, I think, men, whether they're dads or not. So to hear Jesse take that question from Tim very directly, very candidly, very thoughtfully, with real emotion in his voice as he spoke really very directly about what led to his divorce, which appears to be ongoing, was really quite remarkable and some of the most impressive podcasting I've ever heard. So, Jesse, thank you for that. Tim, thank you for that. The entire Nintendo Dads team, keep up the great work.
Thanks, Dave.
And just to let everyone know, he didn't just bring that randomly on me. He asked me if it was okay to ask it during the pre-show, and I said, "Yeah, I think now's a good time to start to talk about it." So so it wasn't
surprise.
It wasn't a surprise. It was, we kind of had that planned.
Yeah.
In case anyone was wondering if he completely ambushed me on it, but no, he did not.
I wanted to make sure it was going to be all right.
I appreciate all the good words and support. So thanks everybody for those.
So yeah, thanks. That's it.
Yeah,
that's it.
And awesome. Well, that is episode 568. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. And as we close out the show, we want to say a huge thanks to our Patreon producers. You just heard one of them, Dave Ernsberger. Jacqueline Amira is another one, and an anonymous Patreon producer, as well as 100 plus other friends of the show over at patreon.com/Nintendo Dads who help us do all of the things that we do. Again, thanks to all who subscribe to us on Twitch and Twitch Prime subscribers who also get access to our Discord. A bunch of y'all on YouTube and other things. And so we just say thank you, everybody. We would not be here if it weren't for you. And so subscribe, share, do all that if you haven't already, and tell somebody about us as well. Go over to our website. That's nintendodads.org. You'll find all kinds of stuff over there, including our family of podcasts we recommend, YouTube videos, tweets, links to all of our social media, Patreon and Extra Life pages, and Nintendo Dads merch. You need some of that. You need a Nintendo Dad shirt in your life, or bedspread, or backpack, or whatever they're selling with our face on it now. We just go get it. Also, speaking of going and getting it, check out our sponsor, manscaped.com, where you can get 20% off your order by using the code NINDADS. That's NINDADS. Treat yourself to something nice over at manscaped.com. It'll help you. It'll help us. Email us at nintendodads@gmail.com or call in and leave a voicemail at 929-25-NDADS. That's 929-256-3237. Big thanks to OC Remix for the music we use throughout the show. And reminder, if you download us, if you listen to the audio version, wherever you get us, if there's a 5-star review or something like that, you can leave comments. Please do that. It brings awareness to the show, pushes us up the charts, helps people find the show, and just it makes you a better person. I promise. You get points for that. there's a running total over your head. You can't see it, but the rest of us can, and it makes that point total go up when you promote the show. Anyway, this has been episode 568 for me and Jesse and Tim. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Take you later.
Thank you for listening to Nintendo Dads.
Please understand